And also, this is what I kind of want to end with. I want to just tell you a story about something that happened to me that I think if you take nothing else away from what I've said, just take this story, and if we go out and kind of pay it forward, I think we'll all get better as a society, And it won't even take that long, in my opinion. But here's what happened. I got invited to a friend's girlfriend's birthday party on like a Tuesday night. So already I was like, ugh, this sucks. Driving around some shitty bar trying to find parking, and I can't find anywhere to park. I'm getting angry. I'm getting like that white guy anger where you just like roll up your windows, crank Slayer, start punching the steering wheel. It's harmless, but it looks real violent in a car, So I'm just going crazy and getting super angry, and I whip around this one corner of this intersection, all frustrated, and I look up, and there's a guy in a wheelchair on the corner of the intersection waving at people. Just waving at people. I can't find parking for my shitty car, and I'm angry. This guy can't use his legs, and he's waving at people. So I was immediately like, I sort of see him kind of come back down to earth, like, okay, get a hold of your situation. It's not that bad. You just can't find parking. And I went to wave back at the guy. And as I did, I locked eyes with him. And I could see that he wasn't necessarily like waving at people. He was waving people down, like he needed assistance. So I was like, oh man. So I pull over and double park because there's still no fucking parking. And I get out of my car, and he's across the street, and I start to sort of jog over to him. And then halfway into my jog, I realize he's super homeless. So I get like, hey, how we doing over? Oh, what's going on, buddy? No, I don't want to get too far away from my car. How we doing? Are we okay? And he's like, battery on my wheelchair died. I've been here for 3 hours. I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. So I said, out loud, I said, what can I do to help you? And in my head, I was like, just short of picking you up and putting you in my car, because that ain't never gonna fucking happen, all right? I want to be helpful, but me scooping up homeless people and throwing them in the back seat, a very Get Out vibe, you know what I mean? Like, is he collecting them? What's he doing? Does he need their clothing? So I just say, hey, what can I do to help you, man? And he goes, hey, if you could push me up to the AutoZone, I could charge my battery there. Out loud, I said, great idea. In my head, I was like, dude, it's 10:30 on a Tuesday night. I think AutoZone is closed, But I don't want to leave the guy there, so I get behind the wheelchair, and it's a little bit rough, but I get the chair off the curb, and we're trying to cross the street. And as I get him kind of out in the middle of the intersection, I can't move the chair anymore. He's not really obese. I'm not that out of shape. And there's cars coming now, right? They're honking. I'm getting flustered. I'm just like, I'm trying to do the thing, and I panic. I'm like, just get up. I'll carry the chair. He's like, I can't do that. I was like, right, legs, got it, my bad. But then he leans forward and clicks up the brake that's on the wheel. He's like, oh, so sheet of ice, right? Get him across the street, get him up on the sidewalk, and off we go towards the AutoZone. I'd say the AutoZone was about 3.5 football fields away, because that's how I do math with sports. And then it's quiet, silence, you know what I mean? It's kind of a little bit awkward. I'm pushing this guy, I don't know. There's nothing going on, so I just kind of break the silence. I'm like, hey, man, what's your name? He's like, my name is Oscar. What's your name? I go, my name's John. And the next words out of Oscar's mouth, he goes, John, I don't know if you're gay or not, but I'll suck your dick for this. And I immediately started laughing. I said, Oscar, I don't think this is a dick-sucking favor. I start to think about every friend I've ever had. I've had to help move across town, up and down flights of stairs. These assholes only gave me like a little bit of beer and some pizza, right? Meanwhile, I've pushed a stranger 20 yards. He's like, no, flop your penis in my mouth. It's okay. So I go, it's unnecessary. You don't have to do that, dude. He goes, well, if you change your mind, let me know. And I go, Oscar, if I change my mind, you will be the first and only person to know. I'm not going to have t-shirts made. I'm not going to hire a skywriter. That'll just be our little secret, okay? So he has a good laugh. I have a good laugh. We're getting along. We get up to the AutoZone. It's closed. And he goes, oh, I thought I could charge my battery on the outside of the building. And I go, yeah, that's a good business model. What are you talking about? We're closed, but come on down and charge up your electronics. We'll foot the bill. Like, that's not how companies work, dude. But now we're in a weird strip mall, and I can't be like, we tried, see ya. I can't leave him there. So I notice there's a fast food restaurant open, so I'm like, all right, let's go over there. So I push him over to the fast food restaurant, but I'm all concerned about the people in the restaurant. I don't want him to think I'm just like, is he your problem now, So I start making up fake conversation. I'm like, Oscar, isn't that what he has no idea. He's like scared. I just keep saying his name. Walk in, everybody turns and looks at us. I'm like, that's the opposite of what I wanted. The manager comes out, is everything okay? And I'm like I'm like, the guy, he's wheelchaired, he needs to charge the battery. And the manager's like, yeah, okay. Total normal human being. Grabs the battery, goes in the back. He's like, I'll let you know when it's charged. And I was like, all right, man, he's gonna charge your battery, you're good to go. And then I noticed he's just in a chair staring at people eating. So I was like, let me get you something to eat. And don't think I didn't start on the 99-cent side of things. But he obviously did not want anything on that side of the menu. So I get him a hamburger. I accidentally shake his hand out of habit. And then I pat him on the shoulder, which I probably shouldn't have done. But then that was it. We kind of said goodbye to each other. He said good luck, I said good luck, and I took off. And that was the last time I ever saw Oscar, I swear. But I think about that guy almost on a daily basis, and this is kind of the point of the story. Like, this guy, through, I don't know whether it was fault of his own, bad decision-making, just a shitty hand he was dealt in life, was in a predicament that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. You know what I mean? This guy couldn't use his legs. He was borderline homeless. There was something else wrong with him. He had some real serious problems, and yet still smiled, never got violent, never got angry, never got pissed. He appreciated the help, but he was also, like, kind about it. He was friendly. He was nice. And I think even no matter what your situation is, you could learn a lot from a guy like that. Like, if more people were like Oscar, there'd be less hatred and anger going on in the world. If more people were willing to give blowjobs for menial favors, there would be no anger. There would be no anger. There'd be no angry people at the DMV. There'd be no angry cops. There'd be no angry firemen. There'd be no angry people in hospital waiting rooms. There'd be no angry delivery guys. There would just be a row of people like, line of people waiting to give blowjobs, line of people waiting to get them, and the rest of the people go to Canada or wherever they want to go. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Take that with you. Have a great weekend.